Welcome everyone to another edition of the Russell Cage Experience, and I want to give you all a little insight before I go on with my thoughts for today. Russell Cage is not my, well, I should say Cage is not my real last name. It's just kind of a wrestling name that I come up with. I liked it and it stuck, so I figure since these videos are wrestling related, why not go with my wrestling character? Don't you think? Perfect. Alright, so on to the task at hand. Comments, questions, thoughts from you guys, the fans. And just want to say, first off, thank you for posting comments, giving feedback, all that great stuff. I really appreciate it. And it's great to read other people's thoughts, other people's opinions on stuff. So thank you guys. Thank you guys that have subscribed. Appreciate that too. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do it. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your friends' friends. Post it on MySpace. Post it on Facebook. Tell people about the Russell Cage Experience. But on to the task at hand. First one, first question, I guess if you want to call it that, comes from EJP30. Again, that's EJP30, and he is wanting me to discuss HBK's history of basically turning on people and why people still cheer for him. And as early as this past Monday night, I didn't realize this until I actually read it elsewhere, but Shawn Michaels was selling the injury on the opposite leg that he acted like was hurt at Backlash. So, is it part of the storyline? Is it just Shawn Michaels forgetting which knee? I don't know. Personally, I don't know, but if I had to guess, I'd say it might be part of the storyline. Just kind of help continue it and push it on forward. And interesting enough, something I found out while researching this about Shawn Michaels' turncoat personality, if you want to call it that, is that he had a slight feud with Batista before. So, I'll get that in a minute. But the first time Shawn ever played the turncoat card was in 1991 against Marty Jannetty, dismembering the Rockers. And that's when Shawn Michaels went on his first run as a heel in the WWF at that time, and he was managed by Sensational Sherry, who actually also done the first version of his theme song, Sexy Boy. So 91 was the first Shawn Michaels turn on a partner. Next one would be in 1993 against Sherry Martel, and if you remember the storyline, I believe, was that he was using her and this, that, and the other just to kind of help keep him from losing, I believe the Intercontinental title was what he had then. But once again, he turns on Sherry Martel. There we go, plain and simple. Once again, another turn. Shawn Michaels turned on one of his partners, if you want to call Sherry Martel his partner. And that was in 1993. Now, next one we have can be argued, alright? It was in 1994 at SummerSlam. It was Diesel, him accidentally super kicking Diesel. Once again, an accident. Use that term loosely. Which actually led up to the WrestleMania 11 match in which he lost, and he had Sid Vicious as his bodyguard, replacing Diesel. And actually, next night on Raw, Sid turns on Shawn. So, Shawn Michaels getting a little taste of his own medicine there. So that was at the 1994 SummerSlam. Next thing we have up is in 2002. This isn't an HBK turning on somebody. This is once again somebody turning on HBK. And as most of you all probably know, that was Triple H. Getting ready to do the DX reunion or reuniting DX or whatever you want to call it. They're getting ready to do the chop, and Triple H hits him with a pedigree, which leads to their feud that they had going on. So Triple H turns on HBK in 2002. Next, we have a Jericho HBK feud, which was kind of similar, if you want to say that, to the Ric Flair Shawn Michaels feud that we just had this past WrestleMania. Jericho coming out basically saying that he's the next HBK, the future HBK. Leads to a match at WrestleMania. Looks like Jericho's going to, respect Shawn Michaels after the end of that match, but he kicks him. Kicks him in the groin. There we go. Once another turn on Shawn Michaels, if you want to call it that. But could Jericho be kind of holding that into the balance of this entire aspect, this entire storyline? Does he remember WrestleMania here? And that was in 2003, but also in 2003, the Survivor Series, which I was talking about here earlier, Batista interfered in the Survivor Series match, attacking Shawn Michaels during that match, leading to a short feud between those two. So, then, now we're starting to get recent. 2005, HBK turns on Hulk Hogan. And you all, of course, we remember the storyline led up to the Hulk Hogan-Shawn Michaels match that they had. Hogan winning that one, of course. And then in 2007, which my friend Dylan and I was actually at this show when this happened, HBK turns on John Cena as they were the tag team champions. Shortly after he had won the triple threat match against Edge and Randy Orton, and he turns on Cena, eliminates his own partner from the Battle Royal that they had going on, allowing the Hardy Boys to win the tag team titles. So that's a list of Shawn Michaels turns and vice versa, people turning on Shawn Michaels. Now, the question you had, EJP30, was why people cheer for him. And interesting enough, I kind of asked some of my friends that watch wrestling, why do you cheer Shawn Michaels? Why are you a fan of Shawn Michaels? And some of the reasons they gave me, wrestling ability, one. Shawn Michaels is a great athlete. He'll go out there night after night and leave everything out in the ring. And, I mean, he's there to put on the show for you. Which, I mean, he always gives us a good show. He's one of the better wrestlers of the company. So, he's kind of got to help be a role model, if you want to say, to the younger talent. And the last thing that I got from him is his legend status. Even though he's not part of the WWE Hall of Fame, some people still consider him a legend. And with legend status, for the most part, automatically comes a face reaction. Take a look at Ric Flair. He was a heel for the Four Horsemen. He was a heel during Evolution. People still cheer for him. So, there we are. That's some reasons why people might still cheer for him. The reason I still cheer for him, I'm just kind of like Ric Flair. I've kind of always been a Shawn Michaels fan too. I remember watching the Rockers. I really enjoyed watching the Rockers. So, EJP, there's hopefully that gives you a little help, a little feedback.